Okay, I don't know why, but like I just feel like I'm kind of avoiding. Okay, so basically I get like 10 minutes to make a video each time, right? It does take a spot on my to-do list, and I really can't like be just making a bunch of videos left and right, because then I will like, okay, what's my to-do list all the way like at like I don't have a free spot until Tuesday. So, and like the top priorities is say for like traveling, work, like projects work, and homework too. So like that's not good. But I mean, I'm gonna make one more video, but like just explaining like my different things, because like I have two main books or work, I guess, workbooks, yeah, but maybe workbooks. Anyway, I have my to-do list, which I like rant and rave about. I just love the format of this because it's just enough. Like it's not too little, it's not too much. It's like right at the level, like the exact amount of like spaces that I need for everything, and then like a little like no, like I just love it. It's like very simple but efficient, and like I'm not saying it's for everyone. Like everybody's gonna have like a different system that they respond to. It's just like I'm very happy that I found this to-do list in particular, because it just works out really well for me. I like the size of it. I like because it's like it's kind of big but not too big. Like I just really like it, and it's simple and concise, and I use the back of it for homework. I use the front of it to do other stuff, like it's my ultimate. But anyway, this to-do list is mostly like what I'm going to do. Like these are all my actions, things I need to do, well, other than like the appointments, but let's be honest, like it's usually me calling these people. Like if I'm writing it down on the appointments and calls section, it's me reaching out to these people. Okay, so like it's still me doing something, even though I'm talking to somebody else. And like the homework, like I'm still working on the homework. Work, obviously I'm doing it, like in traveling. Yeah, usually I rely on public transport or my mom or somebody to give me a ride, but I still count it as like something I'm doing because it's part of my goals. So also like the buying and selling part, like still it's like for me. So like even though it is a transaction of some sort, it's mostly for my benefit. So I leave it at that. But anyway, like there's also this scheduler that I use, and I've bought this particular brand like for, I'm gonna say 5 years straight, or like I don't know, I've tried different planners, I've tried different stuff, but I really like this, like it's called Every Girl. Oh, did the little thing come off? Wait, something like there was like a little like book cover thing on it. I thought. Oh no, I guess it's the okay. Like okay, you can see like I bought like this is the 2005 version. It's the Every Girl. I just really like it because it's like they have like cute little like sayings in it, and like look, you get these little stickers you can put on different pages, I guess, if you want, and like there's a little I don't know what you would use for that, but like it has all this like like motivational stuff, and then you have like this like what are your goals for this year, what are some of the main things, and then like yeah, and then you get like obviously like a little normal stuff, and then like you got all that, and like okay, anyway, so on there, so like how they do it like in this scheduler book is the first page, or like how it starts, is like the whole month, the usual like very typical calendar thing, right, where it's like there's little boxes for each day and whatnot. And maybe you could put like really simple information in that. I usually put like stuff for astrology, like any sort of points. Like I listened to the tarot ship with Jimmy, and I just like write down all the significant dates as far as that goes. And then of course like when I have like appointments with other people, I usually kind of try to keep it in here. I do sometimes keep it in Google calendars, but there's no problem. Like I don't check that enough to have that be a reliable way. I check this way more often. But anyway, okay, so once you get past the, here, let me go to like a blank page. Like I don't want to show you the pages that I've already written. Anyway, okay, so like, that's the typical calendar. Wait, let me so that's the typical calendar thing. That's what I was talking about, right? And you get like a little small, like sometimes like if there's a lot of astrological events happening in one day and I don't have enough space to write it, then I'll probably like put on the side here. Anyway, like I still apply the same rules in this book as with the to-do list, that like every completed task gives me 10 minutes on my timer. So so like when I do cross off these, like once I reach the day, let's just say like, okay, on the third, let's pretend like the third has, okay, that's Good Friday, let's pretend like there's like 5 events. Obviously I don't have enough room to put 5 events, but like I'll put the rest of the events over here, and then like when I cross it out, I'll like do that, and then I put it in my timer, so like it's all good. And I give myself 10 minutes every time, like a completed day, right? So like when I cross off a day, then it's like 10, like just everything's 10 or whatever. But then as you can see, after you get through that like initial day, then you get these, like, it's very cute. It's like, okay, so this side is like just to write like a description or whatever of what happened on that day, and then you get like, what is it, 1 2 3 4 5 6 7 8, so you get like 8 lines of like a to-do list. And so I will write down things that I need other people's help with. So like things that I know I need to ask other people for, and then they can help me out. So and like anytime somebody helps me, that gives me, well, obviously I get the service, but I also get extra time on my timer. And also it's like, it kind of because people disappoint me so much that I'm very reluctant to ask them for anything, because it's like I'm just so used to being disappointed. But I figure like if I at least try like 8 times a day, or the equivalent of that, like, just like write down the things and then just like kind of go like, so when somebody wants to help me, I'm like, okay, well, can you help me with any of these things? Like, like I just like, just keep it very like concise. It's like, and if they can, great. If they can't, whatever. And like, if it's something that's like kind of involved, like, okay, like one of the things is I need something moved with a truck, so I need somebody with a truck. And then like you have to schedule a day with them, right? Well, that's what the schedule is for. So it's like, okay, what day are you free? Like, let's write it down on a certain day, or whatever. So like that's why I do like all that kind of stuff within the scheduler. I don't put the stuff that I need to do in here, because it'd just be yeah, okay, so this is other people, that's my, like, so these are the 2 main books that I utilize. And then also like just one more thing that they have that I'm going to show you once I flip to the page. So then at the end of the month, it has a little review. And so like you could put like your personal wins, what I learned, important goals met, ways I took care of myself, who did you connect with, things that you'll always remember, key purchases made, and like what you're grateful for. And like, like it's just nice to think about. Like I will sometimes flip to that and do that, and then it's just like extra time that I can give myself. But also it's kind of like how I was talking about in that other video where I was like, don't get a therapist if you're into like manifestations and like positive affirmations and stuff like that. It's like basically that's what like that book is like. It's keeping on you on like a positive note, like. And yeah, I'll be honest, sometimes like because people disappoint me so much, like I'll even like write things like shut the fuck up, and like if somebody like didn't talk to me that day, I just give myself that like just somebody I'm not happy with or something, I'm like, they didn't talk to me, good deal. Like, or like, or if like like sometimes it's the bare minimum, sometimes because it's like because like I said, like people disappoint me so much, it's like I'm giving them credits for just like not wasting my air. It's sad, but it's true. But because it's like, as uncomfortable it is, and you could hear my cynicism, right? I still think that notebook is good, because it's like you do still need to deal with people, right? You still need to be able to, like, I'm acknowledging that I'm not good at asking people for help. But with the thanks to that book, at least I'm able to attempt doing that kind of stuff, and attempt like I'm battling my own cynicism with that book. So So that's mostly what I use it for. And like, and also like with just the 8 nodes for each day, like that's plenty. I don't need to be like asking everybody everything all day long. It's that's not needed. But and like also like when people don't do so like it allows me to manage my disappointment too. So like, okay, like because there's days on there where I have like 8 things on the list and there's like a cross out for each one of those, but I just push it on to the next day. So it's like, can you do this for me? No. Okay, so cross that out, put it on Tuesday. Can you do this for like, it's just like it's just like it's kind of like a way of negotiating also too, because it's like, well, like, like it's keeping everything in order. That way people can't deter me from what I'm wanting. But also like they're able to like let me know of their availabilities and whether they can help or not. Basically, I'm holding them to their word. Like, say like, "Oh, do you want my help?" It's like, "Okay, well, bam, here's my list. Does any of this look feasible to you?" And if they're too intimidated or their true nature is revealed that they didn't give a shit, then it's like, well, the book did its job. It's like, like if it, like, put your money where your mouth is, then, it's like, it's just all extra time for me anyway. Like, like life is a game. Play it by, like, I mean, like, don't like hurt anybody, but live it however the fuck you want. And like right now I'm doing it as like a art, like some sort of D&D campaign or some shit. But anyway, but it's the way I function, I'm not saying this is for everybody. This is just how it's working out for me, and I'm pretty happy with it. And like also like, because like also the thing is, when I was younger, I didn't know how to modify that to where it didn't become obsessive, because I used to have like a lot of anxiety and a lot of fear, like and then I would like kind of get into like a loop of this, so like I think that's well managed, because like, like I said, there's only 8 nodes a day. Yeah, I could probably ask ahead of time and stuff like that, but then like I already have the knowledge of like, like every time I do that, I'm looking at the date and be like, I've already done like 3 days work as it is. I could take a break. Like it kind of allows me to gauge where I am with myself, rather than just like when I was younger, I really had it more linear, and it was just like a really long queue, and I would overwhelm myself because it was like I couldn't differentiate the different things. That's why I'm saying those 2 different books are very useful for me, because it's like it like because like in the past, like I even tried to like divide the books in like 3 to 4 different ways, but then that made it way too complicated. So like those 2 books I feel like is just amount of difference and just amount of it's good. Like I feel like it's all good now. But I mean, it's taken me until the point where I'm like 35 to find like a good system for myself, so that's crazy. But I mean, like, better late than never. But yeah, just I just wanted to show that, because I really like this brand anyway. I mean, yeah, like it's every good, like, hey, a guy could even get it. It doesn't matter. It's just like it's it's all like that live, laugh, and love or whatever. Like it, it's kind of like and then like that's the start of every month. They have like a random saying, and it says who like wrote it or something. Like, I just like it. I did like this one that I bought off of Temu a while back. It was like an undated one, and I'll just show you like I really did like this. I'm gonna put it way back this was a little too much. Like, it was good organization, and like as you can see, it's kind of like nearly the same size. So like it like the size of it's good and everything. And of course I love pink and gold rings and stuff like that. It's cute. But the formatting was just a little too much. Like, it wasn't quite where I needed it to be. So and then they also put like a habit tracker in there, and I think that really kind of got me, like it triggered something in me that was like not positive. Like and that makes it like not as it makes it less effective, so and this to-do list doesn't have anything like that, so that's good. But anyway, yeah, take care, be good, bye bye.